Okay, so today I'm going to quickly talk through how to rust protect a bike for the winter. Yesterday we went for a ride out on the trails, soaking wet, boggy as hell after that snow. So a lot of dirt got all over the bike, in every nook, cranny, crevice. There is just a muck, and also obviously salt from the road. So what I'm going to do first of all is remove all of the protective stuff, the bash plate and the guards, because even after washing it last night, as you can see, you can't get behind most of the guards and a lot of gunk remains. So I've taken all of that off here as well, and the bash plate, obviously a lot of stuff gets stuck underneath that. And then we will take it outside, give it a proper wash down, get all of this gunk off the bike, and then carry on from there. So I washed this bike yesterday briefly for like an hour. I mean, look at that gunk. Before I continue, I just wanted to mention it definitely helps morale if you choose a nice day to do it. And I've chosen a day when it's raining, it's blustery, it's super windy right now. What I'm using to clean today is a brush to get to the hard spot, sponge for the outer bodywork and the engine and stuff, and some muck off on the bike. I kind of underestimated how hard this would be to film, but next thing we're going to do is tip the bike on its side and just get all that gunk underneath there and get it cleaned up. The next step is to get this thing dried off. I don't have a dryer as such, but I do have an air compressor, so I'm going to blow it down, get most of the water, the excess water off the bike, and then leave it to dry for an hour. Meanwhile, I'll have a cup of coffee whilst it dries off. Today I'm just covering up the calipers and the discs with bin bag liners. It's not perfect, but I don't intend to spray the wheels. It's just this section of the bike which I'm going to cover today. So essentially it's just to stop excess kind of floating across. So this stuff actually comes out really well straight out of the can. And what I'm going to do is just give it a really loose coating all over, just to really get everything coated in it. I'm going to wipe off the excess just with a rag. It spreads pretty well. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is quickly put a bit of disc brake cleaner on the discs. Obviously I covered them up, but just to be safe and make sure the discs are nice and clean. Get some chain lube today. It's not the best stuff in the world, but I've got this to hand, all weather chain lube from Muck Off. I'm gonna lube up the chain, and then we just get this bike put back together, and that is it done. Pretty simple job, pretty quick, doesn't take long. It's taken me a couple of hours today, but well worth it. Keeps the bike clean, stops me stressing about rust so much throughout the winter when it's salty. And that's the vlog for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Very simple, very basic, but I think it's just general maintenance of a bike that if you're riding all year round, you should definitely consider, because otherwise it becomes a rust bucket very quickly.